tonight I'm going to try and do a open box for a Crenova mini home projector. It's looked pretty interesting, so we purchased off of Amazon, and I'll include a link below. So I'm just going to get right to it. I'm going to open the box and check out this shipped right from Amazon. So here's the box, projector's inside. Hopefully the projector has padding, because Amazon just threw it in the box. So that's it, out of the box. It's a fancy little package. It's heat shrunk sealed together. So I'm gonna break the seal. Okay, the box is off, so I'll take the box off, pull the foam. We have inside we got some, follow us on Facebook, and a gift voucher, and it's got a 12-month warranty. All the information on it about returns and refunds, and hopefully we don't have that issue. And then, so that's how it's packed in the package. Looks like it's pretty safe, considering Amazon didn't really do much for packing. And then we have a pack here, which I'm going to assume is the power cord. So open that up. Now that package comes instructions. Looks like nice little pack of instructions. Gives you everything that comes in the package. We have a remote control. We have a HDMI cable, and we have a, let's say it's an AVI cable. Takes it from could be a 3.5 jack, 3.5 millimeter jack, I guess they are, to AV and video jacks, or AV and stereo jacks. So, and then the power cord. So that's what comes in the package, in that one package. Just slide it up here. All right, can you still see that? Good? Yeah. Okay. Now, put my knife away. I don't think I need that anymore. Alright, so I'm just going to get my fingers right in around the projector and just lift it right out. When I say mini, it's definitely a mini projector. You can see it's a nice little small size. I don't think we have anything around here we can use for comparison. Yeah, that bottle of Fiji water. It's a good comparison. An empty bottle, sorry, but that's a Fiji bottle. So, gives you an idea how big this thing is. It's really not a big projector. It's nice. It's nice looking. The finish on it's nice. Got a little lens cap here. It's like a silicone lens cap. So, keep the dust off the lens. You know, seems like a nice quality projector. While I'm looking at it here, other than the soft lens cover for it, I'm looking at the some of the external features on it. Between the control buttons, power button, you know, on the side here you have a USB port, and then you have the HDMI port, and looks like the you got AV This is, I'm sure, we put the AV video jack into the side here. Which one? This one. AV. That would be where that would go if you wanted to hook up to AV video and stereo. And then you have a headphone jack on this other one. Then you go around the back here, you have a PC hookup, which I don't know if anybody uses them anymore. You know, maybe if you're doing for like a office presentation or something from an old computer or something. And then you have a SD card slot here. This is your, I'm sure this is your optic for your remote right here, and your power. And let's see, let me read what this says here. I can't make out what it says. Oh, okay. I thought it was a volume control or something, but it says right underneath of it, Keystone. First, it's the lever for Keystone Correction on your screen. So basically, if you want your screen, you know, if your projector, and like that's what this is for here. This screws into your bottom of your projector, and you screw it in, so that way you can adjust your height off to aim at your screen. So then once you have your screen aimed where you want it, and it's from the ground, you know, it's looking on an angle upward, it's going to change the way the screen looks. So then you're going to use your Keystone Correction here in the back to angle the screen straight. So that's what that's for. So you got your little foot, and then the remote control. Brand new out of the package. It's got no batteries in it, so we'll get some batteries for that to do the remote control test. And just like every other little remote here, and you got your standard HDMI cable. Protectors on it. It's a flat cable. It's interesting. All the HDMI cables I think I've ever seen anywhere are round, so that is completely flat. It's kind of a neat cable. High speed, it says on it, and it's about 5 foot. Probably says it on the package. So, and then power cord, which is could be power cord is shaped the same both ways, so it can be plugged in either way. And that's it. We'll get to the instructions, and we'll get to doing a test here to test all the features for it, give a nice review hopefully. So I've got it hooked up, and I have it sitting on a box, and I'm going off of the speaker, which is on this side. The sound quality actually is superb. I can't believe how crystal clear it is, and I'm just doing an experiment with in the daytime, and that's the daylight in the room here, you know, so we're not really restricting any of the light into the house. Okay, so I improvised a stand for it to sit on, which is a empty Fiji box, and to get the screen aligned, I put some books underneath of it and everything. So it's such a small projector, you can pretty much put it anywhere to project if you're like in a kid's room or a backyard or something like that.
Y'all think you're the heroes of this little adventure, but you're not.
Yeah, the sound is crystal clear, and this is the speaker for the sound. I'm amazed how crystal clear it is. This is the intake for the cooling. I've got HDMI hooked to the Xbox, and this is the power cord. There's an optical sensor in the front, and there's an optical sensor in the back of it also. I forgot to mention that. You can just hear the fans. They're pretty quiet. I think they're less noise than me moving around the couch. I've got it adjusted sitting on a Fiji box, and I'm going to just play with some of the things here on this. You got movie, music, photos. You know, if you load a memory card, you can view directly from the memory card. Then you have options, picture, sound, sleep timer. I guess we're gonna go to sleep. Language, whatever, you know, or factory settings, whatever you want to set to. I'm gonna go back here to picture mode standard. Let's see. A little blurry since I played with the Keystone Correction, I think. Vivid's the brightest, I think, or one of the brighter settings. Standard, soft, where it softens out the screen, and then you have your own settings you can select. I'm just going to leave it on Vivid. Temperature color doesn't have a setting. Aspect ratio, you can literally pick different aspect ratios, but actually when I have it hooked to the Xbox, it gives me a lot more options. So my picture's not making sense, right? That's because I moved everything. If you have it sitting in one place, it's probably better. You can see the Keystone Correction. So, my box is a little crooked. So we go out of this, go to the menu.
An alien prison opened the mystical key. To the warriors opened it, the vault was just a container of tentacles and disappointment. They vanished into the wastelands, certain that the vault held no treasure at all. They were wrong. The vault's opening triggered the growth of iridium, a priceless alien element.
So we've got daytime usage, and
valuable minerals emerged all across.
just playing around with this in the daytime here, and I put it on the picture mode just to show you, how the picture looks. But I've gone from the standard mode, soft, which really softens the picture out a little bit, and then I have it the user mode where you can adjust your own settings. I just brought the brightness up like 10-15 points.
Once and for all.
So, you know, the brightness settings are all basically standard for user. User and Vivid are very close.
The call of danger and loot is not so easily resisted.
But user, if you increase it, like,
came to Pandora in droves.
So going up to 64, 65,
Some would call
65 user, and you see Vivid and users is different in quality. You know, the picture, you can adjust it to whatever you want. So it's pretty accurate. You know, the quality of the video is nice. So that's what I'm going to show you there. So as you can see, I'm got some Xbox game going here, and just showing the clarity of it playing in the daytime. It's it can take 1080 in, but it's actually like 800 by 480, I think I saw somewhere. So that's the volume turned all the way down.
Great! Just let me get this door open and we'll hunt ourselves a bully mob.
I think it's plenty loud for any situation.
Onward, seeing eye vision! Let me know if I'm gonna run into anything. Ah! I'll just assume you didn't see that. Even though Knuckle Dragger blindsided me, I know my way around this glacier. I bet you will find my eye in Frostbite Crevasse.
Run the sound through my stereo, so now it's in surround sound. It shuts off the speaker on the actual Crenova projector. For an inexpensive projector, I really don't have any complaints. You know, be interesting to see how clear this looks in the dark. You know, the sun just came out, so it's even brighter in here. And it's still good enough to play in brightness. I mean, if you put direct sunlight on this, it would wash it out, I'm sure. So I shut off my surround sound, and I'm playing off of just the speaker that's on the actual projector. try video. See how video looks on the screen. First, trying a little SD card action. Put the SD card in, and just saw the SD card pop up on the side there. So we've got movie in here, so we don't have to really scroll anywhere. So it's already on movie. Pick movie, hit enter for the drive, hit enter, and assume the play button. And that's it. It's an MKV file. I think it plays all kinds of different files: MKVs, AVIs, and.
It's Zoe's birthday. I need a second to make a call. Cell phones aren't secure. Yeah, well, it's my daughter. You gotta pick.
Fast forward. Right, so it's not as bright outside as it was earlier. You know, the sun looks like it went in, so there's some clouds. The screen's a little clearer.
You can leave a message after the beep.
Exit out of this. Let's go to enter to uncheck and check the movie I want to play. And hit enter. Let's fast forward a little bit. Rewind, fast forward. Now I have it on vivid. It's still on vivid, so let's go pick the menu and change the picture mode to standard.
Right, let's go out and buy an expensive coffee. That's what people do around here.
Oh yes, I've been practicing my order. A skinny triple shot soy latte.
What a dump! Where's the new garden?
This is the new garden, Mom.
No, I'm going back in the boat.
Seems to be pretty quick. That's on SD card. So let's go and yank the SD card out and try just a regular USB. Alright, so I'm going to pull the SD card. You'll see the SD card came out. It says no drive. Now I'm going to pop in. Let's see it on this side. I'm on the wrong side of the thing to put stuff in here. I can't see it. Found it. Yes, my dog wants to be in the action. Alright, so it's showing the card, the USB in there, and let's hit the movie again, and shows you I still have the same movies. Let's try. Seems to pretty quick, the action between movies and loading, fast forwarding. Volume's a little louder on this one. Let's fast forward and go 16 times, 32 times. Okay, so you can go up to 32 times fast forward, which is pretty nice.
Wait.
We are 100% snafu.
You okay?
Not that the air in the tropics wouldn't fix.
Much damage?
You should see the damage.
Let me just rewind a little bit here. We'll watch a little action. So fast forward away.
Oh my God, what's happening? Oh, hello there, I just got in myself.
took place from the SD card slot. I have a 2 gig SD card in there. I put a 8 gig USB in the USB port, and I also put a 32 gig USB. It seems to react really fast on the controller. You know, there's no hesitation or lag. Let's see, I can control the volume from the top of it, and I get some extra features here. So if I'm not using a remote control, I can have it do other things from. It's got its own little menu on the top, from the top buttons. So it seems to support just about any device you can put it in. I think the Fire Stick, the Roku. I haven't tried the Chromecast. I have that. I might try that later. I don't have to do it on film here. It supports 1080, and like I said, it's a 800 by 480 resolution, or 800 by 480 pixels. Their native resolution is 800 by 480. Projection size, you really can place the projector anywhere from 33 inches to 200 inches. That's what it says online. Right now I currently have it at 9 feet from the screen, which is giving me my screen is 130 inches diagonal. It can be mounted to a tripod. There's only one mount on the whole thing. It can also be mounted upside down, and that's the one thing I'll show you here. Is you can mount it upside down, and you can mount it if you had one of those screens that were semi-transparent, so you didn't have to have the projector right in front of you. You could have the projector placed behind the screen, and I can show you that right here in picture mode somewhere here. Screen. So you see up there right now it's on a desk. If you wanted to be behind the screen through a semi-transparent screen, would be behind the screen. So when this is behind the screen, everything would appear normal. If you were going to put it on a desk, if you're going to put it on a ceiling, that's the image correction, so that way you can put it on a ceiling. So that's in front of the screen on a ceiling, and then that's behind the screen on a ceiling, behind a semi-transparent screen. So it has the options to do it on the ceiling, so but it's got a single mount. It's the same mount that you use for a tripod, with the same mount that you use for the screen to be mounted on the ceiling, the whole projector to be mounted on the ceiling. So I just wanted to show that real quick. It's definitely loaded with features, and it does more than I thought I did. The manufacturer doesn't explain a lot online, and the instructions are there, and they show you how to turn it on and stuff, but they don't go into any of the other features. You have to find it all out for yourself. Okay, I flipped the projector over just to show you the mount here. This screw hole here is supposed to be your mount for your to mount it to a tripod or hang it from the ceiling. Now I tried putting my tripod in here to thread it in, and either the threads are caked with paint, and I'm gonna have to chase it with a tap and die set just to clean it up, or it's a different thread than what my actual mount is. So you're gonna have to be creative. If it's a different thread, you're gonna have to be creative in how you mount this. If it's the same thread, it could just be the paint that's in those threads preventing me from screwing my tripod into this. But that's how the tripod gets mounted, by that screw. This is your adjustment for your height of your projector when it's sitting on a flat surface. It's got rubber feet, but the rest of these holes in this are over here are for taking the thing actually apart, which they don't recommend. So it's the same game I had on earlier, same board on the Xbox One, and I have a volume. Probably turn the volume down a little bit more. Plenty of sound, plenty of volume, and like I said, this is the game I played earlier. Just showing you a test. Got excellent sound and, graphics. So the one thing I've noticed is on the outer edges of the screen, the numbers aren't as focused, and that's because I have the screen downward, only you know, 2 feet off the floor, sitting on a cardboard box. And the problem that I see, and it's only minor, is that the Keystone Correction, if it was straight on, it would be a crystal clear picture and focus. A little bit of an angle, it throws the outer edges of focus off. It's very minor. Gotta shoot it. So the clarity is really nice, and you got some shooting action. I'm relying on just the speakers on it right now, and it's turned down pretty low, and it's still plenty to hear. I mean, if you weren't on a screen, you're on a bedroom wall or something, you'd be able to plunk this thing down anywhere and view in total darkness. And that's what we're viewing right now, in total darkness with this. Seems like everything moves nice, and you know, you'd be able to play easy. You know, this is an Xbox game.
Many thanks, friend of friends.
It's definitely crystal clear.
What a jump! Where's the new garden?
This is the new garden, huh?
No, I'm going back in the boat. What a jump! Where's the new garden?
This is the new garden, huh?
No, I'm going back in the boat.
I forgot to mention it's sitting on the roof of a '66 Falcon, so you could act like you're out at the movies. Drive-in theater. Can't tell, but that's a 32 by 32 garage with a 10-foot tall by 12-foot wide door, and that's the movie playing on the garage door. Great screen. Yeah, it's crazy how big it is. You get an idea how dark it is outside. It's pitch black outside. So at 15 feet away from the wall gives me a 12-foot by 8-foot tall screen, which is 13-foot diagonal or 155 inches. Okay, really quick, in this part of the video, I'm just showing here that I have my Chromecast plugged into the side of the HDMI slot on the projector, projecting myself through YouTube, one of my channels from one of my cell phones. So it's pretty simple. Got the Chromecast plugged in, hopped on YouTube, hit the little Chromecast button, pick the video I want to play, and boom, up I have a video playing myself, and I can like fast forward, you know, go to different parts of the video. And pause it. All from a cell phone. This is the phone I'm using. I don't know if you can see that on the screen or not. That's my cell phone I'm Chromecasting from. See, I'll hit, I'll block the view a little bit, but I'll hit play. There I'm Chromecasting myself. Pretty good, pretty easy. Here's the Chromecast plugged into the power. It's just a power going into the HDMI and playing through this. Pretty simple, right from a cell phone. So there's many options you have to hooking the projector up. I'm sitting on the same box and, you know, pretty much tested every way I could think of testing, right? I've tried plugging a USB here into a cell phone, and it didn't work. I think you need one of those little devices that will link a cell phone through the USB to play, or one of those mini HDMI through USB converters or something. That's the only way. So the only way I can really do it right now is using my Google Chromecast through a cell phone. So I mean, you have many options: USB, memory stick, SD card, HDMI, Chromecast. I mean, there's so many options to plug into this to play video, and you know, even has the computer PC plug-in too if you really want to run from a computer. Okay, I think the review's done. I've really played around with it quite a bit. It's nice. It's a nice projector for the money. It's a very nice projector. We've had a lot of fun playing with it. It you know, has nice clarity. It seems well constructed, very solid. Doesn't make any weird noises. The fan's quiet. It's a lot quieter than I expected. Sound is excellent. I think, you know, we were at my buddy's house and had it on the garage, and I was literally like a good 150 feet from it at his house, and we could hear this playing up at his garage. We were surprised how loud it was, even though it's not a very loud projector, but it's plenty loud for a group around a 20 or 30 foot area watching, you know, movies or something. And we had it like halfway, we had it all the way up, just experimenting around with the sound. So for a tiny little speaker, this thing has excellent sound. Picture quality, it's excellent. I mean, for the money, you can't beat it. I really don't think you can beat it. The only thing that I think is wrong, that out of all the stuff we've done with it, is I don't know what the thread is on this. There's only one hole here to mount it. You know, some projectors have 4 spots to mount it. It's a mini projector. So if you want to mount it upside down, you're gonna have to get creative. This, I don't think you can use this for mounting it, but there's one hole here that would be like a tripod mount, or I thought there was paint in it, and I really think it's a metric thread. I'm not really sure. I didn't try running a chase tap through it to see what the thread is itself. So that, to me, is my only downside here. To get creative, yes, you can flip it. You can flip the screen. It can go upside down, mounted somewhere. I don't know. I mean, it's been a really good projector to play with. It's got the power buttons here. Same with on the remote. You want to shut it off the power, you have to double hit the power, double hit it on here, and like I said, the control functions on top. So, okay. The other thing is I'm going to say it's good for gaming and movies. Still images, like on a computer PC or something like that. I think my only worry with that is the fact that still image might actually heat up more and possibly cause damage to the screen if it's done for long, you know, business presentations or stuff like that, where it's a still image for long periods of time. I think maybe the reason why they don't recommend this for that kind of project or usage. But everything else, where it's constantly changing, I think it's fine. 2, 3, 4 hours a day, maybe. But this one here, we're still having fun playing with it, trying to figure things out. But it's nice, it's light, it's portable, it can be taken anywhere. I wish I had purchased it with the little bag that it comes with, because then you could literally just drop it. They sell it with like a bag, and then you could just put it right in a bag and sling it over your shoulder and be out of here, you know. Okay, I'm happy with it. It's an excellent little projector for the money. You know, almost no complaints about it. I think it's a great little projector. I had it at my buddy's house, and he wants one now. He wants to play with it. He loves it on his garage door. So the Crenova's already got a sale, and I didn't even post a video yet. So okay, so that's about it. Okay, so if you like this video on this projector, give me a like, share, and subscribe, because you never know what I'm going to do next. And one last thought here is, if any company has a outdoor screen that wants me to do a review, contact me on my email listed in the description. Or any other product you would like me to review, go ahead and contact me.